welcome to this tutorial on asset meter in TilliT. Asset meters are a powerful feature that helps you keep track of your equipment based on real metrics such as running minutes, elapsed times, counts, and order completion. In this video, we'll guide you through creating asset meters and provide a few examples to illustrate their use. So let's go through what asset meter is first. The asset meter feature is all about monitoring your equipment based on actual performance metrics instead of following a fixed maintenance schedule. Asset meter allows you to set alerts based on real usage data. For instance, you can set a meter to trigger maintenance after a machine has run this for a specific number of hours. This proactive approach helps in avoiding unexpected breakdowns and ensure efficient asset management, ultimately reducing downtime and keeping your production on track. From the home page, before we start creating asset meter templates, we need to make sure that the asset meter feature flag has been enabled. So two ways that you can create this is either going to the asset meter on the sidebar and click on create, or go straight to the asset in the asset hierarchy like this, and then scroll down to our asset meter template. So I'm going to first go through what the fields mean before we actually go into creating some examples. So first, name. This is usually an indication of what is being tracked, like for example running hours meter. And for event type, this is optional. This specifies an event to be raised once the set point has been reached, and you can choose from available events or you can create your own. Next, count type. This is one of the most important things you have to choose correctly. So you have to choose the time of count. The options include first, hours. This is the total number of elapsed hours. Secondly, minutes, which is the total elapsed minutes. And then we have running minutes, which is the total number of minutes the asset has been running. And same with running hours, the total number of hours the asset has been running. Then we have count, which is the total number of units counted. And lastly, order completion, the percentage of running order completed. Next, we have auto reset. This is optional. It sets the meter to automatically reset to 0 once the set point is reached. If it is not set, the reset can be done manually instead. And finally, set point. This specifies a threshold for triggering an event. For example, setting the set point to 100 for running hours will trigger an event when the asset has run for 100 hours. And then finally, reset date time, which is the date from which the current count is measured, and this updates to the time when the last reset happens. So now let's create an asset meter template. So for here, we're doing this on the packaging machine. Click on create and name. I will name this packaging order completion percentage. And then for event type, this should trigger order completed. And for the count type, I would choose order completion. Auto reset, I will leave it as no. And for the set point, I will put 100, so you will get a notification when the order is 100% completed. You can also set it to be like 80 if that is what you define completed as, but for simplicity, I'll put 100. And then save and close. And now here you have one. And you can also see this in our asset meter page right here, and you can see the progress where it goes to 0 to 100. And this is how you can manually reset this if auto reset is not on. So now let's create a few more through the homepage interface instead. So just click on create. Here you have to choose what asset that you're going to set the asset meter on. I'm just going to use line 1 and then select line 1. I will name this running hours meter. So hours is already defaulted here, but we're going for running hours instead. And for set point, we'll put 500. And for trigger event, the scenario is that this meter tracks the running hours of our line. An event will trigger for maintenance after 500 hours of operation, and the meter will reset automatically. So for here, we'll choose the trigger event as maintenance required, and click on auto reset, and then save. And now we have our second meter. So now let's do another one. So create, I'm going to choose line 1 again, select line 1, but this time we're counting the total units. So we're going to have this total units counted meter. And then the count type will obviously be count. Our set point will be 10,000 units. And then the trigger event, well, we will have something like inspection require. So when we have produced 10,000 units, this is when we need to inspect them. And auto reset, yes. And then save. And that is how you create different asset meter templates in TilliT. They provide a smarter way to manage your equipment by using real-time metrics to schedule maintenance and other actions. By setting them up, you can ensure that your operations remain efficient, reducing downtime and maintaining high production quality. Thank you for watching this video.